the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for Monday, June 9th, 2025 to order.
What year?
Yeah, what year is it?
Rocco Gonzalez.
Here.
Mark Kleesner.
Here.
Mark Piantek.
Here.
Tom Holtmeyer.
Here.
Mayor Hagedorn.
Here.
John Borgman.
Here.
Chuck Watson.
Here.
Chad Briggs.
Here.
Carolyn Witt. Here. Mike Wood. Here. Sarah Skeen.
Here.
Please rise for the pledge, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on the agenda is the minutes from the prior meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Moving on to item number 3, file number 250601, Edward Schmelz, long-term rental at 902 Missouri Avenue.
Okay, good evening. So we have this commercial district C1 with this use of a short-term rental, which is allowed by right. However, they are wanting to kind of switch to long-term rental for various reasons. And in our code, we do allow for long-term residential use in a C1 district if it meets certain requirements. So the building has to be older than 50 years. It has to have previously been used as a residential structure. So I did some digging around in Franklin County. It is considered a residential structure. It is greater than 50 years. And so we're looking at this as a possible viable use. The zoning, as you can see here, the corridor is C1, but east and west is all R1B. So this is historically a residential neighborhood that has changed, obviously, with the expansion of Franklin Street to the highway. So they have taken old houses and turned them into commercial buildings. So with that kind of mix of uses, it's not an out of character use for this structure. And as you can see from this picture here, there's a long entrance, so it's not like they're going to back off and back up onto 47. There's 5 parking spaces, and as far as I know, there isn't any issues with the short-term use. So long-term use would have, in my mind, less of an impact because you don't have like large groups of people coming to this property. So this is, again, special use permit. So if there's any caveats or any requirements you want to put on this, restrictions, you can. And if there's a problem, we can always come back and look at rescinding this special use. So the applicant is here too, if you have any questions about that.
Any questions or comments from the board first? Yes.
Just one question. Is that a single residential rental unit or is it a multifamily?
I don't, it's one. Okay, I haven't seen the design, but it's a single family.
Okay.
Yes, I know that building's had a lot of work done to it by different people, but what do you plan on doing to make it ready?
Please introduce yourself.
Yes, Ed Schmelz. So just a quick story. So we bought this property, I'm going to say 3 years ago, and it was in pretty tough condition. I think it had been started several times throughout the years, start and stop. So we kind of bought this piggybacking off some other things north that were supposed to happen, and we thought this would be a great short-term rental, property, and some other things didn't work out. So it's really been sitting vacant and not performing at all. So we thought, well, let's just see if we can lease it out, and we think that's going to be the best use for us. It is one unit. It's a 4-bedroom house, 4-bed, 4-bath. So.
Any other questions or comments by board?
Do you plan on making any other improvements to the place?
No, we do not.
Just so that it pretty much look like it does there? Okay.
Yes.
I haven't looked at it that close. I guess it's in pretty good shape because it's had a lot of work done to
Oh,
it.
it's totally rehab. Yeah, everything's brand new now.
Yeah. pretty nice to your standards then? Okay, thank you.
We were pretty shocked that it didn't quite perform as a guest
Okay.
house, honestly. Yeah.
I've seen your work and it's nice, so
That's right.
I'll go along with that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to speak on this? If not, any other questions, comments by board?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
First and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Good luck with it. Moving on to item number 4, file number 250604, rezoning, preliminary plat 509 and 511 West Second Street, and it goes along with item number 5, file number 250605, rezoning 509 and 511 West Second Street. Sarah?
Yeah, so, not to sound like a broken record, but here we go again. So it's another R2. We got a situation that was supposed to have a condo association. It doesn't. It makes it really hard to sell half of a R2 without a condo association. It also is more expensive insurance-wise, and our applicant can speak to that too. So we're asking to preliminary plat it and change the zoning, and then they have just been approved for a lot size variance. So 511 on the preliminary plat, you can see that it's gonna be short about 163 feet or something of that nature. So, or 163 square feet. So it's just a line straight down the middle, makes it real easy, real clean. It doesn't make any sense that they jagged that lot line, and the Board of Adjustment agreed, and they approved that variance for that. So we're just here to get your approval so we can move on, so we can get this cleaned up as well for these property owners.
And you have the water and sewer.
Yeah. Yeah, and the plat, the final plat will have the verbiage on there that, you know, if they share a sewer line, that, you know, they are both responsible for that. So that's just, goes without saying now.
I need to abstain from this vote.
Okay. Any other comments, questions by board? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this? Except Mark?
Of course, we prepared the plat. Mark
Please
Frankenberg.
introduce yourself. I'm
Mark
sorry.
Frankenberg, BFA, downtown Washington. We prepared the plat, and as Sarah said, it didn't make sense to bend the line and give somebody a 6-foot driveway instead of a full driveway. We do have the note on there, if you look at note number 4, about the water and sewer. So we're just asking for approval here. Nothing's really changed since the original condo, except from what I'm learning doing these, the last 4 months, insurance is cheaper. You can get better rates on your loan. So we'd appreciate a yes vote.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Anyone else that would like to speak? Any other questions or comments by board? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
First and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I guess we're doing just the preliminary plat, is that correct? First?
Yes, we're doing the rezoning, is it not?
It's the next one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
do the plat first, I'm sorry, I should have made that clear.
You can't have one without the other.
Yeah, John, you okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go ahead, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Again, I abstain on that one.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then the rezoning, entertain a motion,
Motion to approve?
Second?
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Okay, so the current zoning district is the R2 overlay, and that's fine for two-family, but to do the zero lot line, it needs to be R1C. As you can see to the north, same setup, they're all R1C. So I can imagine in about a couple years, all of that will be R1C. So we're just looking to get that zoning change to meet the code for the correct type of lot size and setbacks and stuff like that. So it needs to be R1C, otherwise it would be out of compliance with the preliminary plat.
I think we already approved it.
Oh, did you? Oh, I missed that.
We're pretty fast tonight.
You were fast. You got me. So we approved that. Moving on.
Sorry. Moving on to item number
already-
6.
I had a script. I had to get through the script.
I distracted you, Sarah. I'm sorry.
Yes, you did. I'm sorry.
Item number 6, file number 250607, preliminary plat, 803 Fairview Drive. Sarah?
Okay, so we have another situation where they just went through Board of Adjustment for a lot size variance. This lot at 803 Fairview Drive, just a little smidge, because when they went to sell their property, they found out that historically there's been an overlap of these properties. So 6 Scenic Drive was the first piece of property, first piece of land that it was not platted per se in a subdivision, and then as the rest of the property of the land was subdivided, it was done incorrectly, so we have that overlap. So now they're needing to fix that. So the change is very small. That's that little red wedge you see there. So that's what this property 803 is going to lose in this preliminary plat. Again, they got the variance for the lot size, so we're good there. Everything else meets the code for the zoning. So with this approval, they'll just have a nice clean plat that they can now pass on to the next homeowner.
So you're saying the red wedge is losing off of lot 15A, that's the Fairview?
Correct. Yeah,
I
that
can't
little
see
red
the
wedge is
street.
what 15A is going to lose.
Okay,
So it's gonna come down a little bit and then, just
square
go
everything
all-
up
Yeah.
like it should be.
Any other questions or comments by board? Anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this?
Again, Mark Frankenberg, Bishop Frankenberg downtown. What happened here, this started back in the 60s when Cokes was done. John Cochran surveyed this. Now, James's house, who's here, was in the 50s. You know, it was before all this, before anything was developed. I believe it was an original Duncan house. And there was an overlap of about 6 feet. Nobody addressed it. Nobody addressed it when Raintree Bend was done. Nobody addressed it when the survey was done in 2004. Nothing got addressed. So now we're just trying to clean it up, and it's a mess. During the rezoning meeting, I actually had the people to the east come up and say, hey, we want to straighten ours out too. So expect me up here again. We're just trying to get this straightened up so Charles can sell his property.
Any questions, comments by board? Mark?
Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak on this?
Recognize the
Not.
name.
Any other discussion, comments? Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second. First and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Other business.
So, I'm sure y'all are aware that I am now leaving, so next Tuesday is my last day with the city. Darren wanted me to set your mind at ease and let you know that he will take over, and so.
Supposed to
Set us on mine on ease?
Ease our minds.
Him back?
That's what he said. Yeah, so, yeah, he will be taking over in the interim, and they are working on replacing me. They have the job posted, they have applications that have come in. So it's just a matter of a couple months, and you'll have fresh blood in here, and, yeah. And I'm creating the most robust SOP that I never had. So hopefully, all those mistakes I learned will be in that SOP to
Amazing
help
how
them.
you learn a lot when you get dropped into something.
Yes, it is amazing, yeah. So, but I will stay.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes, we
you.
wish you well.
We'll miss you.
Well, I'm not leaving Washington, so I
We'll
keep
be a
saying,
resident still.
in a couple, months to a year, I plan to be more active, but, it's gonna take some time to get acclimated to everything and make my own new mistakes and learn from those and, do good things. So
Good.
I definitely learned a lot, and I appreciate y'all for being patient with me and my computer skills.
Appreciate your time here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was not an easy act to follow.
No.
And she really did a good job,
Yeah, really.
which leaves a hole.
Yeah, if anything, I was tenacious. I was gonna figure it out, so.
Is there any other business you want to announce?
No, that was it. Well, we have street connectivity that we're still working on. That's not ready for code change, but we were meeting with a committee of developers and planning and zoning, which some of you were there in the meetings, and staff, and I think we've come to a compromise. We've then met with more staff that weren't in the committee meetings and discussed, again, compromises and how they felt about it. And it seems like we're on the right track to get some code revisions for our street connections in our new subdivisions. So be expecting that. And then I did present last month some C2 overlay and C3 code revisions, but because of the quick change, I decided I was gonna let the new person take that on, and Darren can walk that, whoever that is, through that process, so. Yeah. Other than that, now I don't have anything else to talk about.
Can we get your number for speed dial in case we
Yeah,
have any
right.
questions?
Well, I think it's the City Hall number in New Haven. I think that's.
I'll have your number.
Yeah, she'll have my number. It'll be hard to miss that because, yeah, it'll be me over there. I have 2 staff in the office, so, yeah, I won't be able to hide, I promise.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right,
Thanks.
I'll entertain one last motion.
I'll
Motion to
motion we
adjourn.
adjourn.
First and second.
Great.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
16 minutes. That's not bad.
That was pretty good.
That's not bad.
I didn't know, right?
His last 4 minutes was. Very efficient.
It'd be nice to my dad's what they're at right now.
Right.
We got good people working at it too.
Well, and with Ed's, I mean, how would you not want to go
Out
from
in,
short-term rental development to long-term? That's better for the city. And a cul-de-sac. You don't face any maybe coming in.
Can't protect everything.
Can't fix
He
stupid.
did a great job.
That's how we say.
That's what it's like. It's like,
I think the inside
sit there
now.
and try to